Welcome to another video on my Arduino Yun with fischertechnik motors connected to pulse width modulation and two potmeters, one stepless, one balance, and LEDs that show which value this potmeter has, and several more things like NTCs, negative temperature coefficients sensors. Last time I measured or tried to measure signals from or the values on this NTC, but it is much nicer to actually be able to read which value this has. So in order to do that, I have created a circuit with a resistor connected to mass, then an LED, which I hope it works, a wire, and then another wire to pin 10, which is, if I scroll up, one of the pulse width modulation pins, and I haven't used it as yet, I think. So out pin 13 and 11 have been used, and now for output unlock out pin 10, and indeed I don't see it, so it is free to use it. And how do I use it? Just analog output out pin 10. That is very nice, just like the others. And the point is that I want it to burn when this value, or actually here, when NTC2, which is this one, is well, actually over a certain value. So let's just have here that if NTC value 2 is larger than some value, let's say 200, then analog out pin 10. No, analog right, analog out pin 10, with a certain value, let's say 512, half rate range, and I want it to do so for, let's say 1 second. Let's keep it simple. Now the nice thing is that I haven't uploaded this yet, so let's first see if this indeed has a nice value. So interrupting, see, now it has a value of 96, and I am here with a sensor value larger than 500. So will this make sense? I doubt it. I really doubt it. This should be smaller than 100. Looking further back, NTC value 2 is 98 and 96 and 18. No, 97. So it makes more sense to say here it is smaller than 100. So let's upload and see whatever works. So verified upload. Yep. Giving the password. Then everything should hold. Yes. Right, that is done. So now I have to log in again to give some input. Yes. They both immediately start running, and now I should be able to see here an LED burn. The question is, does it burn anyway? I don't see. This one does, this one doesn't. And I scavenged them from a defective device and I tested them and they were alright. Question is, are they now? Are they still alright? So let me exchange one for another. Now of course I need to keep input. But let's replace this one by this one, and if not, I will have to check these LEDs. On the other hand, I can check by using one of my oscilloscope probes and see whatever happens. So first I hook on this one and then I ground it, and now if you look at the yellow line, I have to check for the time base. It is 512. Ah, I see a very vague block wave. What happens when I give actual input? Actually the same thing. So it does give an it is pulse modulation, no doubt. But what is going on here? Let me disable the second probe. It's not connected anyway. This is very, very vague. If I turn the potmeter, what will the response be? I turn the left potmeter entirely up. And still nothing. Then the right side potmeter. To no effect at all. Yeah, well, that is because of the button. So turning it to halfway, press the button and it stops. Well, that is exactly what it should do, but I don't like the output on the oscilloscope. What is it caused by? That's a very good question. It is definitely a signal. Just the question is, what kind of signal? Alright, it's better I test the LEDs for working. On the positive side, all 5 available LEDs are working. They test positive. So the question is, when put in circuit, why don't they work? So let me put this one there for a moment. No one needs to get hurt. So let's put this one in. It doesn't do anything. Yes, it does do anything. It does do. It just shines very, very vaguely. But it definitely works. Alright. So let's hook up again. And then again noticing a very vague signal on the oscilloscope. Pulse width modulation, apparently, hopefully. So if I change this value to 1023, the LED should burn more brightly, or brighter. So let's do that. Everything holds still now, which is a good point. Done uploading. Excellent. So let's go. All motors start working. What does this LED do? Well, it shines, but not any more brightly than it did. Slightly disappointing. And of course, giving input doesn't matter, it responds to this way. What I can do, of course, is diminish the light a bit, and then you quite clearly see this LED burn. So now let's do another test. Alright, that is one. Can I get this one to stop as well, or just run? This one just keeps running. Then what I also can do, of course, because I have not yet put anything in here, which is a better idea. So yes, this is for the NTC value, then I say if NTC value 2 is larger than or equal to 100, then what? Analog write, analog out, pin 10, with what? Let's reverse it with 0. Oh, would this do the trick? But then again, delay for 1 second and then what? Off? This has no use. It just does it or does not. So let's keep this out. Yes. Let's just keep this out. And this is to dim it completely. Sounds like a good one. Alright. Upload. Is there. Thank you. Alright. Connection closed again. So let's see. Give input. And lots of it. Yes. Now and now something you see is that this LED is still showing. So now I'm going to play with the potmeters. This doesn't do a thing. What does this one do? I want this one. I want this motor to reduce speed, but I'm afraid no such thing is happening, so I think I will replace this potmeter. Well, it does have effect. When I put it totally to the right, there's more wind from it, more airflow, than when I put it completely to the right. But it doesn't stop. And when I give input, because this one clearly reduces speed when I turn it around, and this one is, so I really need to replace this one. Can I do so? Well, I do have another potmeter, but question is, can I just one-on-one replace it? I don't know the schematics for this one, so I need to check that first. In the meantime, when I now pull the plug on this one, as you can see, I pulled the plug, literally. Now what does it do? Does it still shine? Vaguely, but it still does. Does it matter? Let me check for the real value. Sensor value 2 is 14. It's no, I should check for value 2, which is 100, 101, 107 here. So with this value it should be totally out, because here is larger than 100 and still it shines softly, but it does. Let's go further back. Here it is 100 exactly. Here it's under 100. So there are two opportunities. Another thing is, of course, that how much time does it take? Well, this is flowing by very fast. So if it goes out, I won't even notice. And then it just, what also happens is, with all those values, you see instead of a very bright light, you see it dimmed. And I think that is what is happening. But right now it doesn't do anything. Value should be 0, and that is not happening. It's still very soft glow. So how to solve this? Good question. Another thing is, of course, I could change this to 50. I could change this to 50 and this to 50. Considering the values here, barely over 100 and a lot under 100. Then again, which value to choose? Alright, so time to replace the potmeter. I will keep it centered like it is. This one out. And this one in. But then I'll have to move the wires a bit. First the probe away. Oops. Then let's keep the motor out of the way. This one will go here. This one needs to change, and that will be right here. This will need to change as well. Right here. Similarly, this one. Right here. And now, if everything is alright, let me check things, and then of course with the probe reattached, let's see what happens. I will let the values as is, although with the largest value that I detected being slightly over 100, I think it is best to say here, well, let's keep this to 50 and this one to 50 as well. Upload. Motor in place again. There it is. So also here make connection. There we go. And now what will happen here? Now this is odd. Look at, I'm turning this one, the new one, totally to the right. It stops blinking. But yet, let's see for this one, it is seemingly dimmed. And I'm paying attention to this LED. So what is yeah, and don't take it out. And it immediately shows some activity. And also the potmeter, what does it do? And oscilloscope, what does it do? Well, right now seemingly not much effect. Also this, let me pay attention to the oscilloscope. Now you can see a lot of very fast dots going by, so the timing has to be adjusted. But then again, the big fat yellow line, why? To be honest, I don't know. Right, let me put a delay in between. Would that help? Not a clue, just trying. Well, half a second from as far as I'm concerned. At least then you would see something, but now it's 1 second. Let's see. Alright, last part for this video. Let's see whatever gets done. Data. Does it show anything at all? right now it looks like it's not, this LED is not doing anything at all, although the signal on the oscilloscope tells different. Reduce speed. This one keeps working. I think I need to look into my algorithm because this potmeter was supposed to do this for this one and this one for this, and it doesn't. So I need to check on my algorithm as well. Apart from that, nothing is happening. So, those are a few things that I have to do. So, let's make some comments. And, well, change about yeah, how to deal with that. Some strange effects happening, and that's it for now. Thank you for watching. So what did I do? Measuring measuring on a new placed LED, using from pin 10, replacing a potmeter, without much effect, but and adding some code here and here. If you like this video, please subscribe if you haven't done so to my channel. Also like this video. Follow me on Twitter, like and retweet, and follow me on Instagram and like. Please donate. More information you can find on my website, and also lots of pictures and other videos of events I've attended. And this is certainly going to be continued. So, bye bye.